Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime! Hi. I would like to take a brief moment to thank Microsoft for fucking with my shit again and changing all of the sound and microphone settings. Output, input, sound, mic, speakers, applications, all of it because I did a system software update last night. It broke everything, like it always does. Microsoft, you are the worst. Thank you. So, Keyfarm this evening. Hi, guys. Let's do a human, but we're going to do a slightly different human this time, I think. We will go with a female. And Magical D20 will determine the profession. It's an 8. That's a Necro. Never played one of those before. He lied. Played it plenty of times. We will randomize the appearance, however, as is tradition for a Keyfarm. Yes, please. That's fine. I prefer them short. And we're going to randomize that with a mod 3. 7 is the Trickster Demon. And that's a 6, so the easy to remember ferocity. And we're not going to choose common foe. That's what we normally do. We'll roll one of the other two randomly. No, we're going to go with nobility. We have that nobility for a very long time. I think it's the longest of them, but that's fine. My biggest regret is I passed up an opportunity to perform in the circus, which is a fun storyline bit, but not one we'll get to. Everyone said I was blessed by one of the 6 gods. Note, no one was blessed by any of the 6 gods, as they all left our plane of existence except Balthazar, who we later had to kill. 18 is Cormir, the worst of them, because she used to be human until she got promoted. She sucked up to the boss.
The human race once ruled Tyria.
Not really. Parts of Tyria.
Now, we struggle to hold our ground.
2 of the big human kingdoms destroyed themselves, quite literally.
We've been defeated, driven back.
One of them sunk itself into the ocean, and the other had its big cities destroyed by
only
the king final striking.
Our faith is strong, despite the silence of the 6 gods.
Yeah. That's not called faith, that's called dumb.
With courage.
If your gods opened the door to this world, you know that they're real. They led you through, helped you develop. Good evening, Silver.
The city is my home.
If they're silent, there's a problem.
I was born into luxury, a noble of Divinity's reach.
Well, I am quite
and
noble.
Privilege comes with responsibility. I protect the commoners under my care.
And I throw gold at them, evidently.
I'm
Seems
grateful
a
for their
bit
trust,
condescending.
and I will not let them down.
But if someone wanted to throw gold at me, I would
Today,
accept.
I plan to venture beyond the gates of the city and see the world for myself. But when I arrived in Shamor, I found the town under siege by centaurs. Innocent villagers are in danger. Someone has to help.
And I'm just the hero to do it.
I will show the people that we
Broke
can
AF? Well, I assume then
there
you would
is
willingly
still hope.
let someone throw gold pieces at you, especially, I don't know, gold probably trading somewhere around
This
$1,000
is
an
my
ounce right
story.
now. I don't know for sure. Yeah, if they want to throw thousands of dollars at me, I will pocket the change. I'm not too proud.
Mine.
All mine. I have a new ring. We'll go ahead and accept that. And we will get to running. I have done the Keyfarm for Guild Wars 2 approximately 12,000 times. Possible that's a slight exaggeration, but I have done it a couple of hundred times.
That, soldier, is a threat, and we're going to take it down. Forward!
I think I will get there in time that I am counted as being into the area to get advanced straight into the open world rather than having to wait around for another iteration of the event, as this map is a living hell wherein Logan Thackeray leads soldiers and occasionally player characters out to battle these enormous elemental hands, only for it to repeat approximately every 5 minutes or so. I have gotten here in time. And that's...
It's not dead yet! Brace yourselves! I think it's gonna explode!
Thanks, Logan. Always a help.
Where am I? What happened?
You were injured when the elemental exploded. Captain Thackeray brought you here personally.
Mm-hmm.
You've been unconscious for 3 days.
That's not unconscious.
You had lots of visitors.
That's a coma. 3 days, that's not unconscious. Talk to him. Grab that POI. Sure. We'll use the Raptor as our mount for a bit. And good evening to all of those who have joined me. Thank goodness the cows are back. I will dance for them. Might strike you as strange. Kind of strikes me as a little strange, but they love it. I mean, look at the hearts over their heads, right? Evidently, big fans of humans dancing. If anyone's not familiar with Guild Wars 2, what I'm doing is a not infrequently done thing by some minority of the players. Once a week, you can create a new character and run them through the first chapter of the storyline, and you get a key for opening one of the lockboxes. Used to be you could do it as many times as you wanted, but there were people who were, let's just say, abusing. As there will always be if there's something free. You can do it once a month. Once a week. And so a fair number of people do it. It used to take me, on average, 2 or 2.5 hours, but when they brought in the character advancement, character adventure guide, it got a lot faster to level up, generally to level up. But depending on the class, or not on the class, but on the race and the background you choose for your character, you can get it done in an hour, or even less if you've got books to level up and get straight into the storyline. But I actually kind of like the relaxing low impact comfort. This is comfort gaming for me.
Mine. All mine.
But let's face it, a key you could buy for $1.25 is generally not a monetarily a big win for an hour's worth of work. Ooh, new coat. I'll wear that. Let's wield the sword for starters. And as I always do when I do a key farm, any new item of attire means I re-dye our entire kit randomly. And here we go. That's appalling. Not bad for a Necro. Purple and green I always felt were Necro's colors. Necro sword is pretty good. That is the heart complete. And depending on how fast this goes, if I've got additional time and feel like playing a little bit more of stuff when I finished up the Guild Wars 2 and the Key Farm and the festival stuff. Festival stuff is maybe 10 minutes. I may just jump onto the test center for the Marvel Heroes emulator, because they have opened up the test center for a new patch, the 0.5 patch, which is adding some significant stuff back into the game. I have looted enemies. That was worth a nice chunk of XP. One or two more. This should do it.
Congratulations
Yep.
to me.
Heart complete. Level complete. Excuse me. Please excuse me. And pardon the yawn. A little bit light on sleep. Got up about, I don't know, 45 minutes earlier than I would have wanted, but not a big deal.
And hey, without you running things, there'd be a serious pie shortage.
Alright, we are going to murder some spooters. Spooter murdering. Which is always a big favorite amongst almost every game ever. While watching a streamer, Engelbert Meow by name, the other night I commented, she was playing Monster Hunter, whatever, the beta, the open beta, and they had arachnophobia mode, and I commented on how much I dislike the entire concept of arachnophobia modes, because there are a shitload of phobias out there, and pointed out that fear of
Most
heights
people don't realize trees are male and female. If you don't have both,
is about twice as many people
Yeah,
as
don't think about
arachnophobia
that
in the
too
general
much.
populace. But no game makes any allowances for looking over the edge of bridges or cliffs or anything. I have a friend who was attacked by a dog when he was a kid, so he's, has a terrible fear of dogs. Ain't nobody putting no dogs, no wolves in their games. That dude Killed my spooters. Alright, well, we have got some apples. We'll pick up a few more here. We'll drop those off, and then when the apple event is completed, we'll get credit for that. Hi, Paris.
Hello.
Take all my apples.
Hit the trees and make them
Take a
shake.
focus.
How else are you gonna get the apples down? Oh, and watch out for spiders.
Watch out for spooters. I can put that in my offhand. We will. Hi, Ida? Edda? Ida, I guess, probably.
Welcome.
Yum,
Time to do
pie.
some real damage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're about to get new dyes. Because we have new shoes. And, well, that's a little more sedate. All right, bandits. I think she said it well. We'll go into the cave. We'll kill a bunch of them.
Ah, someplace new.
Got a warhound. Would rather have a warhorn. Fear. Nah. We'll go back with focus. Don't need that. Butter. Bandits love butter. Hey!
I'm going to.
Always liked that, the last words. That one was saying, I'm going to... and then also the ones who say, but I wanted to... and they die. Like that noise, for instance. I only got a silver for my apples. Disappointing. Disappointed. We will be back in this area for the first chapter of the story. One more to do.
You're kidding, right?
I am kidding. I am just a kidder. We'll return the stolen goods to Cassie.
How do you do?
Right, this is the poison level. I need to get some wax in on some of the baddies who are trying to poison things. No. Oh, we do have one bandit poisoner. We can take care of him. We'll at least get a bronze. Oh, maybe a bit more. Probably just a bronze. He steals. Well, we can't have that. All thieves must die. So that I can, you know, search his body for that loot. But it will be my loot, not his loot. Because he stole it, obviously. And I'm not a thief. We've got another event. Events always speed up the leveling.
It's a soldier's life for me.
I got a silver. Just killing a couple of poisoners was sufficient.
Just one more confirmation.
And
of how
another
great
silver
our
there,
control
and
is.
another level. That is an increase. A new jacket, and a new jacket means new dice scheme.
Affirmative.
Right. And new dice scheme is relatively sedate. I'm going to commune with this place of power.
I watch over this place.
That's nice. It's nice that somebody's watching over this place. I have done this key farm a great many times. I used to do it every Monday for a couple of years.
Battle awaits.
Just because I find it relaxing. I can kind of put my brain on hold. And just enjoy the general Guild Wars 2 experience. On the off chance that any of you play Guild Wars 2 through the Epic game launcher, not Steam, not the ArenaNet launcher, but specifically the Epic Game Store launcher, they, and as far as I know, only they, are currently having a sale on expansions and stuff.
I have everything you
Up to
need.
75% off, which I'm going to assume is probably the package deal for Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. But again, only for those playing through Epic Game Store. What actually got me to play this tonight is I saw, with a brief glance, saw the email, oh, okay, big sale. I should play Guild Wars 2 and advertise that. And then, after dinner and getting ready for the stream, it's like, oh, that's only Epic. Oh, wow. I'm in a Guild Wars 2 mindset. I'm going to do Guild Wars 2 anyway. And here I am, doing Guild Wars 2 anyway. One more. Yay, and that's level 9. waypoint, if that's worth XPs. Bop back over Shaymore? No. That will do. I'm going to head over to Beetleton. Run around in Beetleton really quick to finish off the leveling. Oh, please. That thing should never have slowed me down. And we're just going to tidy up around here in Beetleton. Do your chores. If everyone pitches in, they'll be done in no time. I'm the wrong person to be saying that. I never liked doing my chores, even when I was getting paid for it. Mowed the lawn a lot. Set the dishes a lot. Set the table. Unset the table once we were done. That kind of thing. Would you like to know how old I really am? My first allowance, which I would save up for a month to buy a little model at the local, calling it a grocery store is overly generous. It was a small little market, local market. And 4 weekly allowances, and the allowances were each 15 cents. God, I am too freaking old. All right. Heart level. Nail.
Once people can synchronize mowers trained by yours truly, I'll be even more famous than I already am. I mean, the carnival's good and all.
Equipment.
Spectacular. I know I'm going to tell my grandchildren about it. Everyone should.
There we are.
How often would you get to see this?
All right. Now you'll get the joy of meeting Lord Farron, to whom we are introduced in the I Was Born a Noble storyline for the humans, but who, well, I don't want to say infects, but kind of infects the human presence in the game. He is a half-wit blowhard who is occasionally held by some people to not be a half-wit blowhard, but to actually be pretending because he's some sort of secret agent for the government. If he's a secret agent, we're doomed. Also doomed if I'm driving us. I try. I just never seem to get much better at the Beetle. I do not have a good feel for the drifting on it. Lord Farron! Talk to me.
The hero of Shaymore returns. Come and see how friends and neighbors alike have turned out to welcome you home.
A party, Farron? For me? Or is this just an excuse to get your friends together and see what's in my wine cupboard?
Nonsense. Heroes are always popular. These nice people simply insisted on congratulating you and celebrating your brave victory.
And you insisted on breaking out my finest food and drink.
Well, it
for
would
the
be
occasion.
churlish not to.
You deserve no less. Still, I can't take all the credit. Your household staff was most helpful, even eager to facilitate the process. I wish my servants loved me half as much. But then, I am lovable in other ways.
No, you're really not, Farron.
And the less said about that, the better. Now, wipe off that smirk and let's go enjoy my best roast duck and brandy.
Ooh, actually, duck and brandy sounds really good.
Come one, come all, and prepare to be amazed.
Maybe a nice Armagnac would be good. And duck. Ooh, a little confit.
Do you have everything you need? Ah, the guest of honor.
A magret of duck is
Gentlemen, I give
incredible.
to you, the hero of Shaymore. Come one,
Can I
come
offer you
all,
something to drink? And prepare to be amazed.
Something not many Americans have had. It is a duck breast, seared, cooked, sliced, but it's cooked and served rare. Rare poultry is not something most Americans have had.
May I offer you a drink?
It's delicious. It's not quite up with, well, it's almost up there with confit,
come
wherein
one,
you
come
take a
all.
duck leg,
And prepare
Would you care for
to be
refreshments?
amazed.
duck thigh, and you just slow cook it in duck fat. So it's duck cooked in duck fat. Unreal.
Would you care for an appetizer?
Do you have everything you need?
And there we go. Farron.
What is it?
I think I'm done.
Shaymore, come have a drink.
Come
with
one,
us.
come all.
And prepare to be
You guys,
amazed.
you remember that I was in a coma for 3 days, right?
Gods help us.
What? It's a bandit.
Take your hands off me, you scum! Help! Murder! Mayhem! Bandits!
Give it your all. You'll be feeling that for days.
Defeat the bandits. Well, oh, okay, there we go.
I need backup!
Good. What's next?
I heard Farron shouting. Where is he?
I saw those ruffians dragging him down the street. They're going to kill him.
Yeah, only if we're lucky.
Calm down. See to the other guests and make sure no one else has been harmed. I'll go after Lord Farron.
You're kidding, right?
They die very, very loud.
You're kidding, right?
Yep, we got more of them up there. They've got to die. It's just the way it is.
I could use some help.
We don't allow bandits here. This is our place. Only we are allowed to exploit the people. Bandit scum.
You'll beg me for death.
That's probably not gonna happen. I hate to be the one to break the news. Swindlehand Sal.
Fun's over here.
Just let me devour a little bit of your life energy. You won't miss it. Okay, you will. But I'll enjoy the taste of your soul.
Now I'll never.
Tart. A little bit chalky. Now I'll never. That's my favorite. It's when they realize that they're going to die and never get a chance to do whatever it was they wanted to do.
Thank you. I'm feeling much better now. Am I pleased to see you? Though if you wanted me to leave the party, a simple "begone, freeloader" would have sufficed.
Begone, freeloader.
I'll make a note of that. Any idea who these hooligans were? Or what they wanted?
Not really. I did hear them discussing a farmhouse in Shaymore. They were going to lock me up there with the rest of their hostages.
Then I have more work to do. I can't save you and leave the others to rot. Bad form, you know.
Count me in. I may not be a centaur-killing berserker like you, but I can take care of myself. I'll meet you there.
Doodly doopy doot doot. I'm now level 11. Alright. First thing, we have another bag. Papa's got a brand new bag. I'm required by state, local, and federal law to say that every single time I do a key farm. New gloves, which means, you guessed it, new dyes, because, hey, you've got to have appropriate dye. You're noble. You're expected to be color coordinated. Your colors need not actually make sense together, but as long as they clash in the same way, you're set. The pink is not an awesome color. Hot pink, by the way. Hot pink, rose tint, and violet. Almost works. Comes close to working. And we also have... Now, as is tradition around here, I will forget to summon my minions. It's just the way we do things around here. Gloves we can't use. An improved cloak. Oh, our colors are going to change again. Pistol. I do like me a pistol. Mm-hmm.
Affirmative.
Pardon me if I anal retentively reorganize my inventory. Who does that? All right, so current colors, but we have new attire. That means even though these kind of work together, randomize. It's plain, but you can't go wrong, I think, with Notes of Gray as a necro. We have Wine Shade, adding just a little bit of purplish to it. Malt and Tungsten. Tungsten is also known as Wolfram, which is why the chemical abbreviation for tungsten is W. You see? You didn't know this was an educational stream?
Can I help you?
Yes, buff my armor. And I'd like to sell some crap. Next up, meet Farron in the farmhouse in Queensdale. I did say we were going to be back out here, this farmhouse. Okay, you can see it, I think, on my screen just here. You can see a little outline of my icon, and it says lens. Never did that before. Something new with the software update from Microsoft. Thanks, Microsoft. Also, you suck. A lot. For those who weren't around to hear my complaints earlier, I will repeat them, because of course I will. Complaining is something I do very, very well around here. All of the sound settings for Discord,
Time to make
Streamlabs,
those louts pay for ruining your party.
you name it,
I've got my
we're
good
all
sword,
set
sensible shoes, and my
to
fighting
random
bravura.
strings
What else do I need?
of hexadecimal
You're
digits.
as ready as you'll ever be.
Instead of, you
Glad to
know,
have you with me, but do
default.
me a favor. Stay
Yeti
close.
microphone.
That way we can protect each other.
Don't worry about me.
Doesn't happen
So
every
he's the
single time
bungo,
there's a
the one I
software
told
update,
my
but a
parents
good
I was the
solid
best
third
student
of the
he'd ever
time there's
seen.
a software update. It breaks all of the microphone, speaker, sound settings for a whole shitload of applications. And it's because Microsoft has never been able to make the sound settings work in their operating systems.
Are you sure it's safe
Ever.
here? We left a lot of wounded behind.
Let's go ahead and remember to actually summon our pets this time. Go me.
Everyone knows what we do to a snitch.
Okay, so far we're 1 for 1 on remembering to summon the pets.
Man the turret!
Good.
I need backup! You messed with the wrong bandit! We got company!
I was informed I'd messed with the wrong bandits, but you guys are falling over like a bunch of
Sending you the
children.
cleaning bill.
You asked for it.
Oh, he's run completely the wrong way. He's useless. Even the other bandits think he's useless.
You must like pain.
I'm not into pain, frankly.
Please, I need your help.
I need your help. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Gods help us!
Hey, the 6 human gods help those who help themselves. Haven't you heard?
Come to kill me, boys. Let's return the favor.
Chain Gun Kelly. It's like Machine Gun Kelly, only, lamer?
Please, I need your help.
Please, I need your help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need your help.
Thank the gods you came along.
Yes, yes. Thank the gods, not me. Idiots. Bunch of clowns.
Thank the gods you came.
This is Guild Wars 2,
Thank you so much. Both of you.
my most streamed game.
You're still in danger. Gather the others and head down that tunnel. You can escape through the abandoned farmhouse.
And if you know any fair
And is not
maidens, be
Skibbity
sure to tell
Toilet.
them who rescued you.
And having looked it up,
Dashing Lord Farron.
I can assure you, it's
And
not
his friend.
Skibbity Toilet.
Just get yourself and the others to a safe place. That's all the thanks we need.
Speak for yourself, old chum.
Before I go, take these documents. I lifted them from the bandits when they were manhandling me. They mentioned some kind of leader in Divinity's Reach. Is that helpful?
It is indeed. Thank you. Now, please, go. We'll make sure you get out of here safely.
Escort quest.
You need to go this way.
Is everyone following?
Spread out! Hold this position!
Protect me!
They're so needy. I tell you, the poor, they're just so needy.
Are they coming this way?
If it wasn't for noblesse oblige, I would just simply leave them here, but you know. Us rich folk, our work is never done.
Someone get over here and help! Help! I'm under attack!
I'd get to safety if I were you.
Oh, thanks, Logan. Your assistance was non-existent.
Captain Thackeray, we've had the most marvelous adventure. My friend and I defeated these delinquents with panache and aplomb. You're just in time to celebrate our victory.
I'm amazed. Then again, I should have known the hero of Shaymore wouldn't let your kidnapping go unanswered.
No one hurts my friends without answering to me.
Except me.
Look, we
I'll
found
hurt
this
them.
letter in the bandit cave. Someone in Divinity's Reach is pulling their strings.
No common thug would use such expensive parchment. There's a paper maker at the trading post named Sinfurserai. Terribly prickly man, but I bet he could identify the design.
Captain Thackeray, let me talk to the papermaker. I'll get the information you need without anyone realizing the Seraph are aware of the traitor in the city.
A solid plan. I'm grateful for the help, but be careful. Whoever's behind this plot is playing rough. I'll be waiting in the city to hear what you find. I'll try to keep Farron out of trouble between here and Divinity's Reach. No promises, though.
And out we go. Technically, an aqua breather is an item of attire, which means new random dies. Oh, pistol. Better pistol. Better pistol. Exactly the same pistol. Disappointing. And boots I can't wear.
Now I shall break you.
But because of the inescapable clause of new attire, new dies, it's time for some new dies. Drum roll, please. The new dies are Banana, Wine Breeze, and Old Nickel. Sin first right at the trading post. Isn't he there? Did I misclick? Yeah, I did.
No. I think he just doesn't like to walk himself.
There. Off by one error. My mistake. It's all better now. Tofu Ravioli is that character's name. That's a player character. I do not believe that Tofu Ravioli would be a likely Guild Wars 2 non-player character name, but I could be wrong about that. I will summon my minions this time. Yay me, I remembered. I will savor the moment. Most of the time I don't remember. Did I get more points? I don't think I got more points. I did not get more points. We'll go ahead and drop all the spectral crafts.
We had a deal, you thick-headed sap.
You said centaurs. You didn't mention catapults. Double the pay or we're leaving.
Double? How am I supposed to make a profit when you charge so much? Forget it.
I don't see that you have much of a choice, little man.
Money-grubbing Norn. You'd spend it all on ale anyway.
You make it sound
How
like that's a
am
mistake.
I supposed to get these supplies back to the city?
I mean, spending it on ale seems like a good choice.
You there. You
Me
look
there?
like you can handle yourself in a fight. I need to get to the garrison, and my oafish guards just turned coward. What do you cost?
Cost? I'm not a mercenary. I'm here to ask for help identifying the craftsmanship of a piece of
Oh, I'm a
handmade
mercenary
paper.
now.
If you found quality paper in Divinity's Reach, I can assure you, I made it. Reams of paper are like snowflakes. I know my pages as well as most people know their children.
Can you tell me who bought a particular piece of paper? I'm investigating the matter for the Seraph.
Yes, I could. But why should I? I'm a resident of Lion's Arch. Your queen's got no authority over me. And my clients expect discretion.
Please, it's very important. Can you make an exception?
I'll make you a deal. The road to Shaymore is dangerous these days. Protect me until
Well, I
reach the
am the
garrison.
hero of Shaymore, so I suppose I'm obliged.
Let's get started. I need this information as soon as possible.
I've got to get away from these
Escort quest.
masses. That armor merchant smells like a seasick crate.
How about some attacks, please? There we go. You coming, Sin?
Protect me!
Well, we took care of some drakes. How about some spooters? You can always count on having spooters.
Protect me!
Another spooter. Another batch of spooters on their way. Let me just feast upon their life energy. Ah, it's delicious. And nutritious. Part of a balanced breakfast.
Sweet, sweet loot.
Ding 12. And now, pony people.
I will live on.
I don't think dying is part of living on. Another batch of pony people, I think. Yep.
Protect me!
We're gonna do it, or we're gonna get one more. Don't remember. One more, I think. Maybe not. There you go, Sin. Why he doesn't spell it with the S, I don't know. Gotta be a Lion's Arch kind of thing.
The centaurs have erected catapults.
Oh, that's what
Secure
it was.
the gates.
I have to they won't let us in until I destroy the catapults.
Stay out here. The centaurs will eat me.
Our orders are to seal the gates until those catapults have been destroyed.
Why are you wasting time? Destroy those catapults.
I will end your life.
I will devour your very soul. Ooh, his is minty.
To me.
One to go.
You will be broken.
I don't think so. On the other hand, your great construction here is broken. You and your busted ass catapults. Horse of men and catapults.
What can I do for you?
Deal's a deal.
Very well. I held up my end of the bargain. You're safe. Now, tell me who bought this paper.
Safe? Barely. I feel like I was run over by a herd of marauding Dolyaks.
What a whiner.
That paper was made of pulp from the Severine tree. It's one of a kind. I sold it to Minister Zaman. He has exceptional taste.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know. You might be called as a witness if Zaman is brought to trial, so don't leave Divinity's reach.
How very quaint. If the Ministry sends a formal summons, I'll come. At least they'll use decent parchment on the subpoena.
And off to Logan Thackeray's office. And Countess Anise.
I've been hoping to see you again. Do you have any news? What did the papermaker say?
Fursarai admitted he made the paper for Minister Zaman. He also agreed to testify to that effect.
I knew Zaman was shady, but organized crime? Setting up citizens to be robbed and
Well, you
brutalized?
know,
That's out and out
us
treason.
nobles, there are two kind.
Nevertheless,
Those of us who are
as an
noble,
official, I can't call him to
and
trial
those of
without
us that
more
are
evidence.
actually
Where are
plebeian.
my manners? Allow me to introduce Countess Anise, Master Exemplar of the Shining Blade.
Minister Wee's hosting a party tonight. It'll be a good opportunity to eavesdrop on ministers, their allies, and their enemies.
Or we could search Zaman's house. The law allows it if someone's in danger, or if we suspect treason. All right. We have one shot, so it's either the party or Zaman's house. I can't give you orders.
Oh.
So let me know how you want to proceed.
Let's definitely go with Zaman's house.
Your fellow nobles seem to have a knack for making my life interesting. Let's see if we can return the favor.
Well, some of us nobles are noble, and then there's him, you know. We have 3 items of gear. A rifle, which we don't use. Pistol, exactly identical to our previous pistol, I believe. Yep. And a shield, which we also don't use.
Report any suspicious activity.
Zaman's house is over there. Well, this is a matter of vital importance, so of course, we use the beetle.
My daughter, huh? This should be good.
It looks like Lissa tore through it.
Better make her an offering.
Minister Zaman's house. Nice little shack, gotta say.
Clean it.
Will I play Diablo? I played Diablo 4
I've got your back.
at the start of the new season for a few nights. Maybe for the next season. I don't foresee myself playing the current season again. What do you want? I order the Crichton Seraph, open this door and stand down. I have no authority. We carry the authority vested in us by the Queen. Come out, peaceably, or you'll be carried out on your shields.
The enemy's here.
Enemy? That's a giveaway.
Pay for your disrespect.
Pay for your disrespect. We're not killing them for their disrespect, Logan.
Stay alert and be swift but thorough. If Zaman is a traitor, we'll find proof of it here.
What are we looking for?
Suspicious papers or letters, anything that links him to the bandit attacks. Keep your eyes open and your senses sharp. If you find anything,
Pardon me on.
What do you want us to burn? This dandy needs a few more
The
seconds.
blueprints, genius. Weren't you paying
Zamon's
attention?
desk.
Why bother? Of all the homes, you always fill me in.
Luxury. I bet one of Zamon's salad force is worth more than my annual salary.
Must have already searched it. Yeah, must have. All right. There wasn't anything there. Nothing there. How about upstairs?
All these fragile things make me afraid to turn around.
Hey, look at this fancy cup. Think it makes wine taste better?
Don't move. With our luck, you'll break something, then the boss will break us both.
You're talking to yourself down there, Logan.
Only house the thieves aren't going to ransack.
We're paid to
Dresser.
pretend. Do your job and act like you're guarding something.
I've got a better idea.
Stop them!
Oh, the Ministry Guard. They're going to stop us. And, as is tradition, this time I did not. Summoned my pets, but now I have.
Just one more confirmation of how great I am.
I used a healing skill. Which gave me another level because of the adventure guide.
See you again.
And 2 more levels because of the adventure guide. It's Itel the Unlovable. Oh, poor Itel, man. That's got to be a bummer. Got a new hat. Not really a hat, but it is new fashion, and a new fashion, well, that means new dyes. Here we go. Again, very mild. We got a white gold for the hat, pastel citrus, white gold, and whisper. Really sedate. Minister Zaman. Traitor. Also, ugly. Diablo 2 or 1? Definitely not 1.
Zamon's here. Now I can arrest him for
You
his
could make
part
it,
in
certainly make a
rescuing
case for Diablo 2 remastered.
Wait, treating him like a common criminal only
But I don't
creates
think
more
so.
problems. Political problems. We have to do this formally, by the book.
You sound like a niece. But you're right.
Have been playing a
We'll issue
little
subpoena and warn the
Grim
gate
Dawn
guards.
off
If he
stream.
tries to run, we'll
That's the
bring
only
him.
RPG I've played lately.
What's going on here? What are you doing in my house?
As captain of the Seraph in the service of Her Royal Majesty Queen Jenna, I call you to trial.
Punk.
What? This is outrageous. On what charge?
Treason against the crown and citizens of Divinity's Reach. Pray for Cormier's mercy, Zaman. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
Sorry. A staff. Another level. I'm just a leveling machine, you know. And what do we get? Another staff. Just the staves are falling from the sky. Not really from the sky. That would be dangerous. Bone fiends now. We can summon bone fiends as well. Oh. And we will lose the bone minions for the shadow fiend. Another mail. Daily gathering yield.
Do you think the gods still watch over us? Mom doesn't think so, but I do.
There we go. What was that? I have no idea. Anyway, oh, we've got That's a 16 power, but we just got 25 power, which is better because big numbers are good. A hammer, which we can't use. An axe, which we can use. And shoulder pads that we cannot use. Egg.
Have you seen your daughter's room lately?
Need Captain Thackeray. Oh, and Captain Anise. Counselor Anise, sorry. At the ministry. It's up here. We're going to have a fight against poor Mr. Unlovable himself and Minister Zaman. Spoilers! The Trial of Julius Zaman.
Our witnesses have arrived. Are you ready to present the case? As a noble, you are our best representative.
I've gone over everything a dozen times. Unless something goes horribly wrong, we'll get our man.
At this rate, Queen Jenna's guaranteed to notice you. If nothing else, I'll make sure your name reaches her ears.
Minister Codicus is waiting. Signal him when you're ready. Good luck. And may Lissa bless you with unparalleled eloquence.
Wow. That's a big ask.
If Zaman gets off, I may have to take matters into my own hands.
The Seraph have overstepped their
Cormier is watching over you.
I'm ready to present my case against Zaman and start the trial.
Hear ye, the trial
You
of
can
Minister
tell
Julius Zaman is
that
hereby
Codicus
called
is
to
a bad
order.
guy
Legate Minister Codicus
because he is
resigning.
possessed
Who
by an
stands for the
evil beard.
prosecution?
I do.
Just look at it.
Your Honor. We
That's
have
an
evidence
evil
proving
beard,
Minister Zaman
right?
conspired against the citizens of Divinity's Reach. He abused his authority to commit thievery, murder, and treason. We will present incriminating documents and sworn testimony from respected members of the community, including the accused's own sister.
The prosecution seems to have prepared quite a compelling case. Minister Zaman, can you refute these dire accusations?
Refute? Why bother? My Lord Codicus, in accordance with the most ancient tenets of Crichton law, I invoke my right to trial by combat.
This court accepts your invocation. By law, you may choose a second to fight with you in the circle.
Thank you, Legate Minister. I choose my retainer, Idol the Unlovable, as my second.
The
Really?
prosecution must also nominate a
Nobody
principal and a
named,
second,
nicknamed
or forfeit
the
case.
Unlovable is going to be happy about it.
I will be the principal legate minister. I'd like to request a short recess to select my second.
Granted. When the prosecution is ready to continue, this court will reconvene and the trial by combat will begin.
As a Seraph captain, I can't really jump around saying, pick me, pick me. But I can certainly think it.
Fancy meeting you here.
Sorry, Logan. You are vanilla ice cream without the vanilla. Trial by combat? Who'd have thought it? I'm surprised Zaman even knows it's an option. There hasn't been one in over 50 years, or at least that's what I've been told. Then we ought to make this as memorable as possible. Interested? You're thinking of choosing me? Delicious! Would certainly catch Zaman and his attack dog off guard. Yes, by all means, yes. Anise.
Cormier is watching over you.
I've chosen Countess Anise.
We're ready to begin, Legate Minister.
Woman power, yo!
My second.
An interesting choice. For the record, let it be known that this duel will continue until both members of one side surrender or are defeated. If Lord Zaman proves victorious, he is innocent. The case is thrown out and these charges against him may not be brought again. If you win, then Zaman is found guilty of this crime.
I understand.
When you're in position, the trial by combat shall proceed. Good luck to you all. May justice prevail.
Hey! That was a complete dick move. And as is tradition, as I've mentioned it before, I forgot to summon my pets. How about... I was just going to devour your essence, and you both decide at the same time to be jerks. Fine. Whatever. How about we try it here? There we go. Nom 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 nom. Right. Idle's pissing me off, I gotta say. Fine, a little standoff distance. I'm ignoble too, you dickwad. How about a little more soul-sucking action? Nom, 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 nom.
Victory is declared. According to the dictates of Crichton law, Minister Zaman is found guilty.
Minister Codicus does not look happy.
He doesn't like anything to infringe on the rights of ministers. Trial by combat took the judgment out of his hands.
Did it? How do you think Zaman knew about the ancient law in the first place? He's no historian.
You think Codicus advised Zaman about the clause?
If Zaman won the battle, he'd be declared innocent. No more investigation. Now he's guilty, but he's also dead. No loose ends. Never underestimate Minister Codicus.
At least we know the identity of Zaman's backer. Go and celebrate a well-earned victory.
Yes.
Anise and I will be in touch with you.
Doopy doo doopy doop doo.
Based on the preponderance of the evidence. But this works too.
And there
Is it just me
is the
or
rewards.
am I amazing?
So we're going to open a box, then we're going to do a quick run through on the festival stuff, and probably have time for a little bit of the Marvel Heroes test server. The 0.5 release is on the test server, including some significant additions, which would be awesome.
Seize the
Let's see.
moment.
We got that, and that. That goes there. Let's see. That we eat.
I have so much to do.
Put all that stuff away. We deconstruct those. We talk to the merchant and sell the junk. That. That. And that. Those get consumed. That gets opened
Our deeds are
up.
reflected in the dream.
Consumed. Backed. Sell. Sell. Sell the butter, which actually sells for a lot of money. Better than 3 silver each, almost 4 silver each.
I'm rich, you know.
That gets sold.
Live well.
And now we grab a Black Lion chest. I was going crazy. Don't say it.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
I'm the only person in line. We have no Black Lion chests. Means we have to buy one. Wrong. Right? Current price. Wow, that's the most I have ever seen them selling for. Wow. Most of the time they're around 20 or 30, although it does go like between 10 and maybe 40, but 74? I have never seen that price even close to that one before. But I didn't have any. Gotta buy it. All right. These are the items currently available. We are guaranteed to get a Black Lion statuette and an Evan Nashblade lucky envelope. We will get 2 commons. Good ones are dies if we get lucky, but always unlocks if we can get those. The crafting bags are fine too because we've got more legendary stuff to make. The uncommons are the red crane. I have a few of these. For instance, the sword skin. I think it's a good example. They have the sort of visual sort of spiraling wind type patterns, and then it is a crane. Red, black, white, and with a crane motif. They're pretty nice. Nothing spectacular, but quite nice. The Vagabond package, which won't work for a lot of my characters because it has hair, and I have a lot of bald male characters. It would work fine for the female characters, as it includes dye, and you would have to dye your hair as one of the channels of the cloak and hood. And the campfire chair, which allows you to sit by a campfire. In the rare category, we have the Void Corrupted. I wish I'd gotten more of these. The only one I think I got was the spear.
I'm rich, you know.
Shield, short, spear. This is the one I have already. And they have the sort of EOD Void Corruption. They're actually pretty cool. And then there's the super rares, of course, which I'll never get. I will click open. We will get a common here, and what we're looking for is a 5th box to appear right there. And that will mean we got an uncommon or better. That's a 1 in 10 shot. Here we go. We got it. And what did we get? We got the red crane short bow. Very nice. We hit the 1 in 10. Lucky. We will put away the revive orb and the Black Lion statuette. We'll take a quick look at the Black Lion, at the red crane shortbow skin. Not spectacular, but solid. Nice looking. Currently selling, I'm going to guess 22 to 25. No, 18 to 22. Even less, 15. Yeah, a little bit on the low side, so I'm just going to go ahead and consume that one right now. Added to my list, and the Evan Nashblade envelope. The rare stuff here, nothing particularly valuable. New Year's weapon chest would be nice. The lucky Great Snake Lantern be okay. But nothing in here is especially valuable. You're guaranteed an item that is worth between 50 silver and 5 gold as well, I think. So, here we go.
Sweet, sweet.
We got
loot.
9 luck. We got some spring rolls. We got one of those and the 2 gold items, so that's about 3 golds worth.
Live well.
Anything else in the inventory? No, so we are going to swap over to the character we are running the festival stuff on. Norzondor Gorgonax. One of my favorite names for any of my characters. I stole it from XKCD, a rather unlikely source. If you're not familiar with XKCD, just go to xkcd.com. He does he does stick figure comics based on physics, astronomy, mathematics, the world around us. His stuff is always at least interesting and sometimes stupefyingly brilliant and from out of nowhere. The dailies today. Let us see. Events in the Plain of Ashford, no. Complete 3. So, Sparkling Demonstration, that's a given. 6 lucky envelopes, and I will run the race.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
We will start by popping off a bunch of fireworks. You need to hit 5 batches of firecrackers.
Hey, weakling, you tried Dragon Ball yet?
Pretty quick, because I happen to know where to go. That's that. That's 1 out of the 3. I've got a couple of friends who have been dueling race times only using the Beetle. There's a part of the race course where you're better off swapping into the Raptor, I think. At least that's what I normally do. My best time is about 40 seconds slower than any of theirs. Engelbert Meow, Jukebox. They've been going back and forth for the last couple of festivals, beating each other's race times in the various festival races. I'm going for speed. You get up. Missed it. Not too terrible. Worked out fine. That was not, on the other hand. That was terrible. I'm trying to be cool and fast like my friends who I've been watching, and I'm neither. And not cool. Yeah, I'm not fast. But I can swear at the lampposts, like my friend Engelbert now does. This lamppost right there in particular is her favorite. And I've gotten caught again. This is a particularly bad run for me. But then there aren't really any particularly good runs for me. Go, 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 go. Come on. I should have used my extra charge. Not quite. That's one of the really annoyances.
I saw this hunter who had a doggy. It was bigger than me, and it said, "Woof!"
Because it's a cart with 2 rails and you get stuck between the 2 rails. Fast enough for a gold medal, but 2:35, 2:27. My best time is 2:21, so it's 6 seconds off my best time. And you can see my friend Engelbert at 1:48, 1:20. That's 33 seconds faster than me. That's not her best time. She must have been racing today. I don't think that's her lifetime best, though. Because I thought her competition had edged her out by like 4 seconds and gotten under 140.
I'm rich,
All right. We have... Also, we will be buying one of those and then buying 8 of those, which is as many as I can
How's it
buy.
going?
Those have more rewards and are usually a very small net loss. But if you get lucky, they're a small net gain. What people do is they stack up huge amounts of magic find, at which point they become, on average, a net gain, and they turn that into their cash. Not much comes out of the little lucky envelopes. Food items, and an occasional item worth a little bit of gold. I've not had good luck out of them.
Recognition. Dragon Ball.
The spring roll that I picked up. And that is the daily complete, I do believe. We did get another coin.
How can I help?
Which gives us a discount on a Divine Lucky.
May the 6 watch
Getting us up
over
to
you.
10. Now, a lot of people will spend their, in
How's
this
it going?
case, that was 9 gold and 80 silver, and they'll turn around and sell it for 13 gold 38. So they'll come out about, a couple gold every day, 3 gold every day in profit. But me, I enjoy opening them and seeing if I can get lucky. Also, you get things, I don't see it here. Yes, I consumed it. The new back item is the snake-based annual Lunar Festival back item. And here all we're getting is the regular item, which they sell for 88 silver and 88 copper.
Responsibility isn't easy.
Which is where you end up losing money. But you also get shots at these, which then can elevate the price or the value. In short, it's, I think for my current level of luck, it's a small loss of gold, but not much.
More violence, I say. Less violence.
So we have finished out the daily. I am going to do a game
I have
swap
so much
now.
to do.
Yeah, we've got time.
How can I help?
This is going to take me a minute to try and get my stuff together. So let's see. If we change this, they're going to let us change this? Doesn't look like they're going to let us change the actual title. I did say Marvel Heroes was probable, so I think I can make do with that. We're going to swap over to Marvel Heroes. Yep. And so that's getting changed. That's getting changed. We come over here. Not there. We come over here. We're going to exit Guild Wars 2. We're going to launch Marvel Heroes. Now, mind you, this game's been dead for years, so There is an emulator being worked on. And we'll come over here and we will change the game. Might take it, I was going to say, it might take it a minute to wake up. It did not. It woke up pretty much immediately. 1 second. Get that back open to there and there. All right, I'm back. We're back. So we're on the test server. As you can see here, this is life. This is, in this case, plasma ammo, sort of your mana equivalent from other games. Most classes have their own resource here. Used to be, in the current 0.4 release, none of this was working. You always had complete ammo and you could use it freely in any way you wanted. Now it's actually a functioning thing where a lot of my skills use plasma ammo. Like that. Let's go ahead and summon our team up. You may recognize him. He is Groot.
I am Groot.
He is Groot. Did we crash? Rendering exception! That's the second crash I had. I crashed earlier. Almost instantly. About the same amount of time. Then I played for like 5 minutes with no problem. So, we're going to relaunch and try again. Crashes a couple more times on it, I'll call it an evening.
I am Groot.
He is Groot. Honestly, he is Groot. See, what happens is when you're out of energy, it regenerates, and then you can shoot again. But in that interim, when it's completely gone, if it's not completely gone, it doesn't start regenerating. It only regenerates when it's empty. Once it's empty, it regenerates all the way to full again, and then you can shoot things. Blow things up, you know. Have fun. That's the mechanic goes up. This is the test center, so they added like 4 significant features back into the game, having them working again. So you always want to empty your clip, so to speak. So that you can get your regeneration going. Those sort of mechanics will vary from hero to hero or villain to villain, for that matter. So the game died, I don't know, 8 years? 10 years? Something like that. Quite a while ago. In a very abrupt and unsatisfying fashion.
You cannot stop the way.
Level 60.
You know, hold up.
See, previously I was able to just simply spam a heavy-hitting attack against bosses. Now I can't. If I run out of energy, and it takes a couple seconds to regenerate. Also, he is not the friendliest of bosses. Something dropped an Eternity Splinter. That was the currency that was used when the game was live. For buying new heroes.
Not gonna happen.
The game released in a really rough state. And when I came back a year later, the amount of improvement was pretty staggering. It had gone from a not very interesting, not very well executed game into a fun blaster of an ARPG. The guy in charge for this game was David Brevik, who designed Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, or at least was the big kahuna. And he was no longer involved in the project when it was canceled. A lot of people have said it was canceled because the guy in charge at that time had some issues involving the possibility of bad behavior, shall we say, with children. I don't know if anything legal ever came of that, but that was bandied about, fairly or not. But that seemed to have happened already when they'd already decided that they, being Disney, weren't interested in a marginal property like this was. You know, it's one of those cases where they're not paying attention if it's not making the tens of millions of dollars. Give me 1 sec, please. Bear with me for just a sec. Needed to ban a spamming asshole. No shortage of them. Cheap viewers on. Screw off. I just picked up a couple items. Want to see if there are any improvements. Yeah, sure. Any other? Oh, I am playing Rocket presently, but if I was interested in playing something else, well, they're all available. All the characters that were in the game at the time of shutdown are available. Now, the way it's played is watch a lot. Just want you to know. Hey, thank you very much, Erica. That's very kind. It was the band Bazooka. Banhammer's close enough. That's very kind of you. I'm glad you watch, and I'm even gladder, if that's a word, that you enjoy. So, if this is a game, if you ever played it when it was live through Steam, you can still download the client, and all you have to do is add a single argument to the Steam item for it, and it will connect you to an ongoing project for a private server. Also, there is a freely available. The server emulation code is freely available. You can run it on your own machine and run the client as well, and basically have it all local to yourself. And that is available on Git. Let's see how another character's... I've leveled up a bit, how they're... let's go with Moon Knight. Now, not all skills on all characters are working. I believe the only one I'm at 25 on is Gambit. So all of the skills are being worked on, and some characters have more skills available finished than others. Another player. So for instance, Gambit is one that has, I think, all but one of his skills work. But some characters, you know, like maybe only half of the skills work. They do post on the Discord as to which skills are. They regularly update the list of which characters have which skills functioning. Another player. There's multiple players around. And this is the test server. They do have basically what amounts to more or less a production server, if you want to call it that. And Venom beating him up. We've routed the Sentinels. That was Venom. So just one crash so far. That's nice. Well, I mean, this is a private server, and they've made significant improvements. It's not done by any means, but the fact that it's working as well as it is, if you would have seen it not too terribly long ago, it's like, oh, they've got hero movement. That's great. Really, like a year ago, that was all they had, was you could move the heroes around. So the team is bringing out patches every 3 months, and the next drop is early in March, I think, unless it's going to be early. Today was the new patch, and it feels really solid. Looks real solid too. Yeah, I had one crash on stream and one crash earlier, and that's been it. And it's got, what, something like 60 of the Marvel heroes and villains that are playable. And if you want a time as to when it was canceled right before the Thor movie with Hela. Ragnarok. It's canceled right before Ragnarok because the next hero that was coming was going to be Thor Odinson. So basically Thor, but without the hammer. So the Thor that's in the game is got a lot of his stuff is based on the hammer. It's all done privately. Legally, they're in the clear because this is emulated. In other words, they're writing their own server software. And theoretically, like me, you have to have had the game in the past to use it. So you can still download it from Steam if you ever downloaded it in the past. If you didn't have it, I know that there have got to be ways to download the software other than Steam. Even if you didn't have it, I don't know what they are. And I'm not just saying that for legal coverage. But there are a lot of private servers for various games. Now, some of them are not run completely on the up and up. Some of them charge for it. That's against the law. But if you have emulated software, like this is, where they're writing their own server software, basically trying to figure out how it used to work, and copying that, that's legal in the US. Now, what's going to happen if they get sued? I can't imagine that they'd want to, that an individual person would be able to fight Disney's flock of soul-eating, life-destroying attorneys, but it is entirely legal. And what most private servers that are, I can't vouch for most of them, as I don't play on most private servers and don't know how they operate, but the ones I'm willing to play on, or happy to play on, they take donations, but only up until up to cover the server prices. You know, the paying for the internet and any servers that are needed to run. Beyond that, they don't accept money. And as for the development, that's all done free. Either from people who, are enthusiastic fans of it or want to do it because it's an interesting problem. I currently have installed on my computer, I have Star Wars Galaxies private server clients. I have Warhammer Age of Reckoning, Return of Reckoning private server, and private servers for City of Heroes called Homecoming. Now, each one of these is different. I believe the Warhammer Age of Reckoning one, they have a tacit agreement that as long as they don't try to make money from it, the guys who own the rights, Games Workshop, are fine with it. You're not making money, keep running. That's great. They don't care because it's not costing them anything. The Homecoming servers for City of Heroes, they have a licensing agreement that as long as they don't try to monetize it, they have NCSoft's legal approval to run a server. And in this case, they did not develop it, quote-unquote, legally. It was leaked code. But they approached NCSoft, and after a couple of years, they got NCSoft to agree that as long as they didn't try to make money from it, NCSoft didn't care. And as much as a lot of people, often including me, choose to give NCSoft crap about things, they didn't have to do this. They don't make any money from it. Now, the Star Wars Galaxies has two different communities. One developed their own server technology, so that's legal. Again, though, if Disney was to sue them, they wouldn't be able to fight it because they couldn't afford it. The other ones are running leaked code, which is not technically legal. They don't have an agreement, so theoretically, Disney could drop the hammer on them. There's Project 1999, which is EverQuest. 1999 era servers, which I believe are running emulated. But they have an agreement with what used to be Sony Online and is now Daybreak Games. Again, that as long as they don't make any money off of it, they can keep running it. Well, this particular stuff is because I'm interested. There are, for instance, there are countless World of Warcraft private servers out there. But World of Warcraft is still running. So I personally am not comfortable playing a private server for a game that's still running. I do not have that same feeling about games that aren't running anymore. That if a game no longer is commercially available, I have no moral or ethical problem in playing a private server. I am not taking money away from anyone. And so I pay attention to the games where I'm playing on them because I want to know what the circumstances are. And inevitably, anytime any of these threads get put up on Reddit where people are talking about, oh, it's illegal, I don't want to play. It doesn't matter if you point out that it's not illegal, that in fact it is legal. But for instance, City of Heroes, when they announced earlier this or late last year, I think it was, middle of last year, something like that. Anyway, they announced that, hey, we and NCSoft have come to an agreement. We are now an officially recognized fan server. And so they are legally allowed to play or to run the servers and make changes to the code, which they have done. Basically, they've expanded the game. As long as they don't monetize it. And a whole raft of new players come because there are a lot of players who weren't comfortable even with a tacitly legal private server. But once they got the approval, a lot of people were willing to try to play the City of Heroes servers. And I know enough about that, how many there were, because my most viewed YouTube video of all time, pretty sure, with over 3,000 views, which for me is a ridiculous number, was the stream I ran where I, on the day that became announced that the Homecoming servers were now a legally sanctioned fan server. And I had like 1,000 views like within a day or two. Because I basically did a, if you want to play City of Heroes, now that it's, you know, completely legal, moral, and ethical for you to do so, here's some helpful hints and stuff if you're interested. And I had a lot of people watch that night, and I had a lot of people that have watched the videos since. Yeah, I was unhappy about EverQuest Next getting canceled as well, as I bought into the project, I think at the $100 limit. So yeah, I was very unhappy with the way that was run, all up and down the entirety of its existence. That's not as good. That's not as good. And that was why I was able to just sit there and wail on people, was because I gain health every time I hit somebody. Turns out that's good when you're hitting people a lot. Yeah, the EverQuest Next cancellation was painful. But then, in retrospect, it wasn't really that much of an EverQuest game. It was much more of something along the lines of a cross between an EverQuest game and a mashup with oh my God, my brain. Minecraft. Pirate as often as you can when you can, mostly because a lot of the money goes to the wrong place anyway, never the artists. An understandable sentiment. I was similar in my youth, but in that case, the pirating had to be done hand to hand because we didn't have access to the internet. My old Apple II Plus days. It was, I'm carrying a binder of floppy disks over to a friend's house. But in this day and age, with as many options as we have, I am less comfortable with it personally. I'm not going to judge anyone else for doing it. I would be more than uncomfortable and would judge someone who was making money off of it. That, I think, would be the line I would draw. But for personal use, much less so. And as the games industry becomes more and more abusive, I'm more and more blasé about things like piracy. Still not comfortable doing it personally, but yeah, I can certainly understand, especially when they're doing things like, you know, putting performance degrading stuff on it to make sure that you're not cheating. Or charging you for what should be in the base game as DLC later on. That kind of stuff. The games industry is getting crappier and crappier with the way it treats its customers, us. And so I am more and more blasé about, oh, people are pirating your game. I can't imagine why. Oh wait, yes I can. Anyway, I've about hit my time for the evening. I think I need to get up and stretch out the old man. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Those of you who watched and hang for Guild Wars 2 and now for a little bit of Marvel Heroes. Oh yes, my degree was in computer science. And I had a career in information technology here in Silicon Valley for several of the biggest companies and a lot of startups as well. So everything from like 20-person startups to like Cisco. I worked for a few months for Cisco after one of those startups got bought. So everything in between. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Maybe with more Subnautica, which I've been playing for the previous few nights. Maybe something different. I'm not sure. Probably not Guild Wars 2 or Marvel Heroes, but I was feeling in a Guild Warsy mood, and when I saw that they had the new patch, I wanted to see if I could do a twofer. And I gotta say, the new patch seems pretty solid. I like it. But I'm going to call it here. Again, thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Monday night, and as I like to point out early in the week, I like to set an achievable goal for all of you, so I hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. Back tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.